This is Moral Philosophies and Values by William Zane Bennett. Moral philosophy. Moral philosophy refers to the specific principles or values people use to decide what's right and wrong. Got a picture there of right decision and wrong decision. Philosophy used in business decisions. Teleology, egoism, utilitarianism, deontology, relativist, virtue ethics, justice. Teleology. The Greek word for end or purpose expresses that acts are morally acceptable if they produce a desirable result. An example would be realization of self-interest or utility. Egoism. Egoism is the right or acceptable behavior in terms of consequences for an individual. Egoists will try and make their decision on the factors that will maximize their own self-interest. These factors can include physical well-being, power, pleasure, fame, career, wealth, or whatever may drive their own self-interest. You can tell I got a little picture here and it says, and now I will do what's best for me, because egoism is all about self-interest. Egoism. Another form of egoism is enlightened egoism. Enlightened egoists longer look at in perspective and allow for well-being of others, although their own self-interest usually gets in the way. Enlightened egoists will support community functions not because it benefits others, but because it helps achieve an individual goal. Utilitarianism. Utilitarians seek what is best for the greatest number of people, seek to maximize greatest utility. Utilitarians must factor in the cost and benefits for all people involved. Types of utilitarians. Rule utilitarians determine behavior on the basis of a principle or rules designed to promote the greatest utility. Act utilitarians examine specific actions rather than the general rules or governing body. 4 types of utilitarianism. Consequentialism, hedonism, maximalism, and universalism. Here's some definitions of consequentialism. The rightness of actions is determined solely by their consequences. Hedonism, utility is the degree to which an act produces pleasure. Hedonism is the thesis that pleasure or happiness is the good that we seek and that we should seek. Maximalism is a right action produces the greatest good consequences and the least bad. Universalism, the consequences to the considered are those of everyone affected and everyone equally. Deontology. The Greek word for ethics, focuses on the preservation of rights for the individual and the intentions from a particular behavior. Contemporary deontology has been greatly influenced by German philosopher Immanuel Kant, introduced the so-called categorical imperative. Relativism. The relativist perspective is formed from the ethical behavior and experience of individuals and groups. Descriptive relativism is the observations of other cultures. Different cultures express different behaviors, customs, and values. Meta-ethical proposes that see situations and experiences in their own way. Normative relativism suggests that one person's opinion is as good as another. Relativists. Here we've got a picture that shows that, some people see things different than others. Virtue ethics. Virtue ethics argue that ethical behavior involves not only adhering to conventional moral standards, but what a mature person with moral standards would deem appropriate given the situation. The virtues that support business transactions are trust, self-control, empathy, fairness, trustfulness, learning, gratitude, civility, and moralship. Virtue ethics. Approach. Good corporate ethics programs encourage individual virtue and integrity. By the employee's role in the company, virtues form a good person. An individual's ultimate purpose is to serve society's demands of the public good and be rewarded in his or her career. The well-being of the company go hand in hand with individual excellence. Justice. This is fair treatment and due reward in accordance with ethical or legal standards, including the disposition to deal with perceived injustices of others. Justice is more likely to be based on the deontological moral philosophies than the teleological or utilitarian philosophies. Here's the justice, the scales, even out justice being served. The types of justice. Distributive justice is based on the evaluation of the outcomes or results of a business relationship. An example would be giving one employee more than the other for the same work. This can be seen as someone taking advantage of the other. Procedural justice considers the processes and activities that produce a particular outcome. This is more of the decision-making process and needs levels of openness. Interactional justice is based on relationships and the treatment of others. This deals with trust, truthfulness, respect, and courtesy during the process. Here's my works cited page where I got some of my stuff from and my pictures. Thanks.